Hey, if you've got a dog and you live in Myakka City, this is for you. We're going to break down how to find a trainer who actually gets what life is like out here. So, first things first, training a dog here in Myakka City is, well, it's different. It's not like living in a suburb or downtown. You've got a whole other set of things to think about. I mean, all this wide open space in nature is amazing for our dogs, right? But yeah, it also means our training approach needs to be a little different. Just think about your dog's day-to-day. You might have deer, maybe even wild hogs wandering through the yard. And what about property lines? There's not always a fence, right? Plus, you've got farm animals nearby, big tractors on the road. Good training is really about teaching your dog how to handle all of that, calmly and safely. Okay, so where do we begin? The first step is just figuring out what you and your dog actually need. So take a second and really think about it. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you starting from square one with a brand new puppy? Or is there one specific thing your adult dog does that's maybe driving you a little crazy? Nailing down that main goal is absolutely the best place to start. Here are some of the usual suspects when it comes to training. Maybe it's getting the basics down, like a solid sit, stay, and especially a good recall. Or maybe you're dealing with leash pulling, jumping on guests, or barking. Knowing exactly what you're targeting makes finding the right trainer so much easier. All right, so you've got your what. Now let's talk about the how. We're going to look at different training styles and the ways you can actually do the training. You're going to hear a lot about positive reinforcement, and for good reason. It's basically rewarding your dog for doing the right thing, using treats or praise. It builds a really great bond without any fear. And think about it. Out here, you really need your dog to want to listen to you, especially when they're off leash and 100 yards away. Now, for how the training happens, you've pretty much got two main options. Group classes are awesome for getting your dog around other dogs, but let's be honest, that can be a bit of a drive. That's why for a lot of folks in Myakka City, in-home training just makes so much sense. The trainer comes to you, works with you on your property, and can tackle those really specific things, like teaching your dog to stay in the yard or not go nuts when a truck comes up the driveway. Here's something you should know. Florida doesn't have any licensing for dog trainers. Anybody can say they're a trainer. That's why looking for these kinds of professional certifications is a really good idea. It shows that person has put in the work, that they're committed to their education, and that they're a true professional. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, how to actually check out and pick a trainer. And of course, we have to talk about money. What's this actually going to cost in the Myakka City area? So here's a rough breakdown of what you might see for 2025. You've got your group classes, single private lessons, and then packages, which usually save you a bit of money. The one thing to definitely ask about living out here is travel fees. Most trainers are coming from Bradenton or Sarasota, so make sure you know if they charge for that extra drive time. When you start making calls, it helps to have a little checklist of questions ready. You definitely want to ask about their training methods, and it's a great idea to ask if they've worked with dogs in a country setting like ours before. A good trainer will be happy to answer all of this and will have clear, confident answers for you. Okay, last big step. The trainer is your guide, but the real progress happens with you in between those lessons. Practice is everything, and we've got some fantastic local places to work on those new skills. You can think of these spots as your real-world training grounds. You could take a trip to Myakka River State Park to work on leash manners when you see other people or even some wildlife. Or head to GT Bray Park in Bradenton. That fenced-in dog park is a great safe place to practice your recall. The trails at Robinson Preserve are also perfect for working on loose leash walking with all sorts of distractions. At the end of the day, all this training is really about building an amazing partnership with your dog. It's so you can have a dog who's confident and happy and can just be part of your life here. Whether you're just hanging out on your property, having people over, or running errands. Having that well-behaved dog with you just makes enjoying this incredible place we live that much better.